Hola amigos, ¿cómo estás? Espero que todos estén bien. Welcome to my channel Hola amigos, me llamo Ekta. So as you know that in my previous video, if you have watched, then I have covered many important and useful topics that you can use in your day-to-day life in Spanish, ¿vale? Like I have covered most of the verbs, I have covered alphabets, numbers, tener verb and all that, so that it will be easier for you to frame sentences in Spanish for your day-to-day life. By keeping that thing in mind, I have come with another important and useful topic for you guys, which is por and para. I know that por and para means for in English, and yet most of you are confused like in what scenarios you have to use por and what scenarios you have to use para, vale? So today I will be try to explain you that in a very explanatory and descriptive way and try to avoid that confusion for you guys, vale? So vamos a empezar. So por and para both means for in English, but we have different usages as well for por and para. Por can be used for, because of, through, by, over, per, instead of, and to. Same way for para, para can be used for, in order to, by, to, according to. So whenever we are framing sentences using these words, then we are using por and para. I will explain you por and para, like in what sort of situations we have to use por and in what sort of situation we have to use para, and I will explain you in a very descriptive way. So let's start with por first. Now first of all, I will be explaining you por. So por is used for any cause or reason, vale? If you have any cause or reason behind anything, then you will be using por. Por ejemplo, estudio español por mi trabajo. Estudio español por mi trabajo. I study Spanish because of my job. So she learned Spanish, vale? But what's the cause and what's the reason why she has learned the Spanish? The cause is job. The reason is job. Due to job, it's requirement of job, that's why that person has learned Spanish, vale? So for any cause and reason, we will be using por. The next one is motive or motivation. Why someone is doing that thing? What is the motive behind that thing? Por ejemplo, lo hice por mis padres. I did it for my parents. I did it for my parents. Lo hago por ti. I did it for you. So they have some motive or motivation to do that thing. That like she has done it for her parents or his parents. She has done it for his girlfriend and all that stuff. So when someone is doing something due to for motive and motivation, then we will be using por. The next one is means or way. Por ejemplo, voy a Madrid por tren. Voy a Madrid por tren. I am going to Madrid by train. So for means or ways as well, we are using por, vale? Now por is also used for duration of time. Duration of time. Por ejemplo, yo estudio por 2 horas. I study for 2 hours. So here duration is coming, right? For 2 horas, 3 horas, or whatever the time we are saying. So por is also used for duration, vale? The next one is for exchange. For exchange as well, we are using por. Por ejemplo, cuánto me darán por este libro. Cuánto me darán por este libro. How much will they give me for this book? How much will they give me for this book? Let me give you another example. Te doy esto por aquello. Te doy esto por aquello. I give you this for that, vale? So for exchange of something, we are using por. The next one is por is used in certain phrases which talk about reason for something. Reason for something, like porque. You have must heard in most of the sentences we are using porque. Why? The next one is por todo eso. Por todo eso, because of all that. Por todo eso, because of all that. Por lo que he oído. Por lo que he oído. Judging by what I have heard. Judging by what I have heard, vale? With these sort of situation as well, we are using por. Now por is used for certain common phrases as well, vale? For por ejemplo, por favor. Por favor, please. Por favor, please. Now you must have heard in my most of the videos I have used this sentence por ejemplo. Por ejemplo means for example. Por ejemplo, for example. Por supuesto. Por supuesto, of course. Por supuesto, of course. Then por la noche, at night in the evening. por supuesto, of course, por supuesto, of course. Then por la noche, at night, in the evening, por la noche, por la mañana, por la tarde, por la mañana, in the morning, por la tarde, in the afternoon, vale? Next, por completo means completely. Por desgracia, unfortunately. Por lo general, generally. Por lo visto, apparently. Por lo visto, apparently, vale? Por cierto, by the way, or certainly. So with these common phrases as well, we are using por, vale? Now I will give you couple of situations related to para. Now I am talking about para. So para is used in these sort of situation. Like first, if you have any purpose or goal, then we will be using para. Por ejemplo, estudio español para trabajar en Argentina. Vale? Estudio español para trabajar en Argentina. I study Spanish in order to work in Argentina. So for any purpose or goal, we are using para. For destination, we are using para. Por ejemplo, voy para la playa. I am going to the beach. Voy para la playa. I am going to the beach. So for destination as well. We are using para. The next one is deadline or for any specific time. If you are giving any deadline or for specific time, you are using para. Por ejemplo, la tarea es para mañana. La tarea es para mañana. The homework is for tomorrow. The homework is for tomorrow. So you are giving any deadline or specific time for future, then you are using para. Vale? Next one is recipient, right? Por ejemplo, este regalo es para ti. First of all, regalo means gift. So this gift is for you. Vale? So for recipient as well, we are using para. The next one is for making comparison or opinion. So making comparison and opinion, we are using para. Para ser tan joven es muy inteligente. For being so young, he is very intelligent. En mi opinión es estupendo. In my opinion, it's great. So for opinion and for making comparison as well, we are using para. Vale? So next is for employment or for working as well, we are using para. Por ejemplo, trabajo una empresa grande. Vale? So I work for a big company. So for employment as well, we are using para. The next one is for common phrases where para is used. Por ejemplo, para siempre. Para siempre means forever. Para siempre. Para que, so that. Para que, so that. Para mí, for me. For me, in my opinion. Para nada, not at all. Para nada, not at all. Para entonces, by then. Para entonces. Para otra vez, for another time. So with these common phrases as well, we are using para. So today I have covered por and para, and I have communicated like in what sort of scenarios and circumstances we have to use por and where we have to use para. Vale? So para, basically por looks backward, indicating reason or means, and para looks forward, indicating the purpose or destination. So it depends on you, and you have to immerse yourself in Spanish in order to get a feel which Spanish preposition to use in which context. Vale? So this is about por and para. I'll request you to watch this video thoroughly. In case you have any sort of question, then you can mention in my comment box. I am hoping that this particular session seems fruitful for you guys. I will be soon coming with my next video. Until then, see you soon. Adios.